Fairies Wear Boots. Let's take a listen, guys. Yeah. All right, guys. So that was the final song, off of this album, Fairies Wear Boots. Yes. As I listened to this song, I have to say, I mean, I love how the track, kicked off, with Tony Iommi's guitar, and right away, I was able to feel that, signature Black Sabbath groove. It's bluesy, it's heavy, and it's kind of layers you in, with this almost mischievous energy. Then the band, slides into that sludgy, hypnotic riff, that only, Black Sabbath, could pull off. In my opinion, I love the fact that it's not the fast-paced punch, of a Paranoid or the doom-laden weight, of Iron Man, but it's got its own swagger, its own flavor. Now, Ozzy's vocals, on here, on this song, are fantastic. He's not just singing. This man is a storytelling. The lyrics, are kind of wild and open to interpretation. So based on a few facts that I pulled up, this story, is that it came out of Ozzy Osbourne's run in with skinheads, back in the day, but Jizza Butler, who wrote most of the lyrics, hinted it was more about drug use, hallucinations, and just the weirdness of late 60s, early 70s, lifestyle. I mean, either way, you've got these surreal, almost tongue-in-cheek lines, about fairies, wearing boots, and Ozzy Osbourne definitely went and he delivered them, with this perfect balance of menace and humor. Yes, musically, everyone's firing, on all cylinders. Tony Iommi definitely went and he lays down, some killer riffage, as usual, but I mean, it's his solo work, in this track that really, really, really stood out to me personally. There's a point where he just cuts loose, and you can feel the blues rock roots, feeding into what would become heavy metal. Then you've got Jizza Butler's bass, which is fat, which is driving and really, really locked in with Bill Ward's drumming. Bill Ward, by the way, I mean, is doing some insane fills, here on this song. To me, he's one of those drummers who never plays it safe, and this track, is definitely, a great example of that. I mean, I love the fact that it's chaotic, but controlled, all at the same time. I have to say, what I loved about the song "Fairies Wear Boots," is that it shows, Black Sabbath's, versatility. This isn't just doom and gloom. It's fun, it's weird, and it's got a swing to it. And as the closing track, for this album, Paranoid, I mean, it definitely leaves the listener, in this trippy headspace. After songs, about war, paranoia, destruction, and cosmic journeys, you end with this surreal, bluesy jam, that just makes you grin. To me, this track also highlights why Black Sabbath, were so influential. They could take their blues foundation, twist it into something darker, something heavier, and yet still keeping it youthful. That's the DNA of metal right there, if you ask me. So yeah, overall, this song, once again, Fairies Wear Boots, might not be the most famous track on this album, but it's definitely a fan favorite, for good reason. It's Black Sabbath, cutting loose, blending heaviness, with humor and showing they weren't afraid to, get experimental. As the Osbourne's voice, is iconic. Rest in peace to him. Tony Iommi's riffs and solos are definitely fire, and the rhythm section, is just relentless. So, if you've never heard it, guys, please give this one a spin. It's definitely the perfect example of early, heavy metal, with personality. And if you are already a fan, let me know down below what you think. Do you think Fairies Wear Boots, deserves more recognition compared to Black Sabbath's, bigger hits like War Pigs and Iron Man? Please, drop your thoughts down in the comment section.